everyone, what is good? Welcome back to the channel. This is Sober Hyena, and for today's video what I have to review is this. I showed this in my unboxing. Okay, no, it wasn't really an unboxing video. It was more of a haul video, but I had picked this up at Five Below, and I really want to try it out just because, well, in all honesty, I do not exactly have high hopes for this thing, but I could be pleasantly surprised. So you never know until you try it. Anyways, let's get started. Alright, so we have our little 16-piece mini travel art kit. Creative gallery. It contains 10 watercolor cakes, 2 brown nylon brushes, 1 painting board, 1 blister palette, I guess that's this, 1 plastic easel, and 1 pencil case. So let's just pop this puppy open. And it was only $3.25, and I figured, you know what, $3.25 is a very small price to pay for a video. So, oh, there's tape. Of course there's tape. Tape is the enemy, or at least one of them. Hang on. Is it awful that I don't want to get up and grab my scissors? There we go. Who needs scissors? Apparently I do. Yep, go ahead, roast me in the comments. I think I had it coming this time. This time. Alrighty, okay, not much in there. Oh wow, that is pathetically tiny. This just feels about 1 step shy worth of useless. The tiny baby palette. A pencil case, but no pencils. And these brushes, yeah, I'm not feeling too terribly confident. Okay, so get rid of that. Alrighty, so I'm actually gonna try to do some sort of illustration on this board because I enjoy torturing myself. This, yeah, wow, I have a special place for this. Right, because that was bloody freaking useless. Now then, I figured that I can also use this as a palette along with this. If I don't have to drag out one of my other palettes, I'd rather not because, well, I don't really have all my spares. So here are our watercolor cakes. Ooh, They almost look like they could be candies, but not the good kind of candy, more like that really, really cheap knockoff brand. Oh, let's just say I'm not exactly holding out too high of hopes for these. However, I do have my Arteza sketchbook to do the swatches in because, yeah, I don't really have very many other options, so let's get to it. Of course, first things first, gotta get that all-important money shot. Ooh, look at that. Ah, trailer worthy. Okay, so to be fair to this, what is that? Alrighty, take 2. So to be fair to this paint, it actually went down on the paper a lot nicer than what I was expecting. So Well, I guess you could say that you could color me pleasantly surprised. Anyways, I'm gonna finish swatching out the rest of these, and then I will get right back with you, so don't you go anywhere. Alrighty, and here are the swatches, which I will admit that once they dried, they got a lot lighter, which could be good or bad depending on what you're going for. One thing I also noticed was that on the paper, once these paints dry, they don't really re-wet very well, as you can see from this swatch test here, which up in the corner I should be having a little thing going with me doing these blend tests and whatnot. So right now, while I think that they're still better quality than those Leisure Arts or whatever that, no, it wasn't Leisure Arts, it was Artist Loft, that was it. Those ones that were just horrid. Like, these ones, I think that they're better than that, but I'm still not gonna go, yeah, get these! Not yet, anyway. I still gotta do an actual illustration with them, which is what is coming up next. And I'm gonna do something on this. So, I have no idea what that is yet. You'll know as soon as I do. Alrighty, so this, in its entirety, it took maybe, let's say, I think 20 minutes overall. Of course, you saw it going a lot faster, but yeah, so this has got to be one of the quickest I have ever sketched something down. I'm gonna try to do a little bit of color mixing, just see how far I can really push these. Not that I'm counting on a whole lot, but you never know. I know I've already said this, but I'll say it again. These paints surprised the heck out of me. Maybe the tiniest bit of a chalky feeling once it's dried, but then again, what do you expect for $3.25? Despite how tiny the palette is, it does function as, well, a palette. Just tiny. So you can mix colors even on the go. Just don't lose it while out and about. Did I mention it's tiny? I will say I do prefer it when the mixing palette is connected to the palette that holds your paints. Wow, I'm using the word palette a lot in this video. But again, this is just me being spoiled. I like my watercolor palettes to be one connected unit. It's also kind of weird how it comes with a pencil case but no pencils. Although there's nothing stopping you from storing your paintbrushes in there. So there's that. Maybe I'm being a little harsh on a cheap watercolor kit that in all honesty doesn't perform half bad considering the equally tiny price. Nah, perhaps critical is a better word. Okay, I've done the roast. Now to talk about what I love. I am living for these soft pastel tones. Completely accidental, by the way. Oops, did I say that out loud? Nope, I totally meant to do those all on my own. See? Not sure if I've mentioned this before, but I love pastel tones. So that is positively delightful. Now I might need to go back and try out how well this paint re-wets on the paper, how well it blends wet on dry. Didn't think of all of this at that time, but I did now while recording this audio. So with that being said, this is the sort of thing that I'd suggest for dabbling and doodling rather than for serious finished pieces. Of course, there's also the fun novelty aspect of this little watercolor kit. Okay, so here we are. Not the greatest painting surface in the world, but it will do in a pinch. My overall thoughts about these paints. Well, I am actually surprised that they really did work as well as they did. Now then, granted, are these like the most awesomest paints in the world? Hardly. And the brushes, they're cheap. They're very, very cheap, and I probably should have buckled down and broke down and just grabbed some smaller brushes, but dang it, I wanted to try out using just the brushes that came in the kit. So is it worth the whole $3.25 that I paid for it? I would have to say yes. I think that it was worth it. I mean, like, for that price, at least the paints functioned, which is important. And while you don't get a whole lot, I mean, what more can you expect? I mean, I really like the pastel tones I was able to get with these. So there is that, and I am very partial to pastels. If I had to give these a numerical rating, I think I'd say that a 5 out of 10 is fair, because they're not useless, obviously, but I have just used so much better. So, Five Below mini travel watercolor kit, it's definitely okay, but it is worth the meager price you pay. So there's my 2 cents on that. Anyways, I certainly hope that you have enjoyed today's video. If you did, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. With that being said, this is Silver Hyena signing off. Stay creative, everybody. Bye!